Good afternoon from the offices of EGM Securities in Nairobi. We're launching today our daily market wrap.
Yep.
And I've got Kevin Ganga here, who's the CEO of EGM. Kevin, thanks for making the time.
Thank you for coming in again. It's a real pleasure.
Kevin, tell us a little bit about what's been happening in the last 24 hours in the markets that you look at and are interested in.
What is point of interest is US dollar. Last week we saw the non-farm payrolls coming in. I think I still see a bit of dollar weakness coming in. I expect us to target 1.16 for a high of maybe 1.1630. So if you look at...
So this is where we're trading now.
This is where we're trading live right now. So we're just off 1.16. There's been significant resistance around the 1.1550 level. I think there's upside towards 1.165, 1.1650, 1.163. So it would be a trade to look at.
Long the euro.
Going long the euro. I think also fundamentally you just want to look at what's happening. Germany produced continuous trade surplus reported early in the week. The trade war is possibly starting to be felt in Europe. We saw the threat from Trump about passing Porsche Cayenne tariffs on cars on the imports, but I think that's sort of boiled over right now. But what's something that I've been watching over the last few days is something called the Turkish Lira. I think this is a chart of the day.
So I saw some statistics saying that the Lira is down 30% year to date already.
Yes, all-time lows on the Turkish Lira. Very, very interesting happenings. Just for background, their 10-year bond yields are just off 20%. Inflation is at 15%. The policy rate guide is at about 18. Now, the thing about the Lira is two things. One, President Erdogan is very anti-high high interest rates. And when he won the elections in June, it was on the back of significant fiscal expenditure on infrastructure and that. But the economics are saying a different thing. They're saying the economy should be in consolidation and he should look at raising rates so that you can cool off.
Where do you think that's going?
I think there's definitely a case for 5.6. There's talk of it going to 7.
This is the Goldman Sachs.
This is the Goldman Sachs conversation, and they're saying it would wipe out the banks. I think IMF would definitely come in before that because I think Turkey is a very critical market, especially from an EM perspective. It has a very wide current account deficit, and there are some structural issues that need to be addressed. I think it will pull back a little bit. But I would look at it getting in again at probably 5.1, 5.15, 5.2. I would want to get in there again and take another long as well.
When I saw these tweets about Tesla,
Mr. Elon Musk,
he's so mercurial. But I mean, was that not an illegal tweet? I mean, are you allowed to pump stuff?
You see, the thing is that Tesla stock is the stock that has been shorted the most.
You must have burned the shorts last night.
Definitely, man. If it goes up 13% and you've got short sitting there, all these margin calls must have come in. So I think there's a lot of frustration on his part. I think the scrutiny you see when he has the investor calls, sort of tension there is in the calls. I think it's definitely something. What I'm wondering is at $420 a share Tesla, it's going to be the biggest leverage buyout ever. I don't know whether he's got that ammunition. We've seen the Saudi fund coming in.
Negative cash flow
company. I don't know.
But maybe he's persuaded the Crown Prince. I mean,
he's possibly, then there's probably something he's doing that behind. But as a Tesla, as a long term, you gotta ask yourself really, when the big European boys start producing proper electric cars.
Because I was reading like all these guys are producing as many electric cars as he is.
As he is.
Why is
So
that
why is it-
valuation so skewed? What's your theory?
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly. And he's burning through what, 2 billion in cash every, I don't know how long.
It's incredible.
It's incredible. So unless we start seeing a lot more traction and significant numbers on production, I think it's something that people need to be really careful about. Really careful. We'll see what the regulators say. I'm sure we should see some response when the US markets opens today. And see how
Kevin,
that.
thank you very
It's
much.
a real pleasure.
We look forward to speaking to you
Tomorrow.
during weekdays,
Yeah,
seeing what's
thank you.
happening and talking about what's going on in the world.
Thank you.